Thank you.
I will
Okay,
just
thank you. Yeah, sorry, go ahead, sir.
make you the host, sir. I'll just make you the host so that
Yeah, sure.
over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Colonel sir. And just before we started, let me try to share my screen and we can go ahead. And before that, I would first and foremost thank you, Colonel, for your wonderful introductions about me. And I'm really happy to have associated with you. And at the same time, from my side, again, uh, congratulations on starting your own academy, that is the Protecte Academy, and a name that is well chosen. Like, when you say Protecte, you are ensuring that every one of us or any one of the students knows the the real protection that's required. And you actually coming from the a military background, being a colonel in the Indian Army, and I know really how far that goes, that really speaks volumes about yourself. And I'm really happy to be associated with you today. And I welcome all the people participating here today. I think somewhere around 20 or 21 participants are so far being here. And I thank you all of you for being here. And again, once again, on behalf of Protecte Academy, and from my side, I have my own academy called the SSP Academy. So both be together, we are going to bring you the ISACA stack, as Colonel rightly said, like the kind of a certification that has been very well established over the period in the industry, that is the CISA, the CISM, and the CRSC certification. So today, I'm going to demystify the myth that most of you will be having regarding the passing the these three examinations. So before that, let me share my screen. Okay, I hope all of you can see my screen, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I mean, I hope all of you can talk also. It will be better if you can, Colonel G, if you're able to make them also to participate in the discussion, that would be really good, because I would like to have this discussion more of a discussion rather, oriented rather than only one-sided talk about it. Okay, so after you can all see the screen here, I'm going to tell you that what is the secret behind passing these three examinations. So before that, even though Colonel has introduced about me, I mean, he has spoken some words about me, a small introduction from my side about myself, that as I said, I'm basically a chartered accountant, and then having a physics degree. So you can assume, like, this guy is having a physics degree and went into an accounting profession, and again came back into IT, and in fact, I had been doing all the things together. So I can say that I'm a jack of all trades and maybe master of none. Okay, so coming to that, like, I passed my chartered accountancy in the year 1996. Yes, I'm a very old chartered accountant. And my CISA certification, I passed in the year 2000. Yes, you heard it rightly, ladies and gentlemen. I passed my CISA exam precisely 23 years before. And my CISM exam in the year 2005, when it was introduced, and then other examination like a CGIT and the CRISC happened, I mean, as and when they introduced, bit later also. And at the same time, I also acquired my CIS certification, Certified Internal Auditor, and also acquired my CFE, that Certified Fraud Examiner certification. But for some reason, personal reasons, I did not pursue with that angle, so I just allowed it to lapse. Apart from that, I mean, the year 2020, I acquired this CDPSC, that is Certified Data Privacy Solutions Engineer certification. And the year 2022, that is the last year, I took the first two certificates that you can see behind my name, CIPM and CIPP, that is Certified Information Privacy Manager and Certified Information Privacy Professional, that is European. That's simply put into GDPR, nothing else. And I had been in the industry for quite some time. That is, you can say, until 2019, I've been in the industry working in various positions. Out of that 6 years, I'd been working as a chief financial officer for a listed company. I have seen the other side also. I had worked as a core finance guy for 6 years, where managing accounts and finances for a limited company, a company that has a share traded in the stock market. At the same time, the accountings are done on the basis of what we call the International Financial Reporting Standard, IFRS standard. So I've seen both the sides when I say that, and I also seen, I mean, during my chartered accountancy time, I also worked as a part-time programmer in C++, and I know how to manage, how to administer networking. I mean, even though I've not done CCNA courses, but I know how to do that to certain limit. I have administered Unix machines, I have administered Linux machines, Windows machines, servers, server administration, server setup. Everything I learned, but to be honest with you, right now I've forgotten everything. Those are 25 years before. So I had my own experiences when it comes to development, coding, then management, networking, security, and core finance and accounting also to put that in the perspective. And most of my career, apart from the 6 years where I had been into the chief financial officer, I had been mostly into IT audit, security, GRC kind of a profile. Before I quit my corporate career in the year 2019, I was heading a particular IT audit and GRC division of a conglomerate in the country called Oman, that is Sultanate of Oman, the place called Muscat. Then I quit and came back to Chennai. That is where I belong. And I started on the right hand side top, you can see SSP Academy. And through this academy, I'd been offering trainings to various individuals and corporates, etc. And at the same time, I'm an also ISACA accredited trainer. That is, I've been official ISACA trainer for the 4 certification. That is a CISA, CISM, CRISC, and CGAT. What does that mean? That means that I can officially take classes, training sessions on the ISACA's branding whenever ISACA calls me to do that, and they do that. Like for Chennai chapter, I have been doing until 2021. And for the Muscat chapter of ISACA, I've been doing even now. I've been taking classes for them. So this is the background about myself. So now coming back to the participants here. So we have around 25 participants here. I mean, you can take 3 out of that because that's ourselves from here. So you are having 22 participants here. Now I want your opinion regarding. You might have. I mean, you're here because you want to go through. I mean, you want to crack any one of this. I'm very sorry. So you might want to crack any one of this certification or all of them rather. CISA, CISM, CRFC. Can anyone tell me, if you are preparing, what is the difficulty level that you are facing in this preparation? I mean, the forum is open. I mean, let us make this rather than me talking. Let us make it as a more of a discussion kind of a webinar here. I think all of you can talk. You can go ahead. Can anyone tell me what's your feeling when it comes to how difficult or how easy or somewhat difficult, somewhat easy about passing any of these exams?
Hi, sir. This is Pramod Tiwari from Mumbai.
Hi, Pramod. Yeah, go ahead, Pramod.
Good evening, sir. Sir, I actually just give you the context, right? I have been into IT from almost 12 years now, and I have to switch my career. So currently, I'm working as a full-time business analyst, and now I want to switch to the cybersecurity part. So this is something new, and you say, right? How tough is this exam, right? So for the complete fresher, right? I'm totally clueless. I mean, which certification I should start for? Okay. So,
Yeah, definitely I will definitely address that. So you said you're from a networking or a IT background. I mean, what background is it?
So my background is business analyst. So in last 12 years, right, I worked as a quality QA, software testing engineer in automation performance, and now I'm working as a business analyst for the data AI team. Okay.
Data analyst. Okay.
Where I do all the data management, data governance part.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Now the question is that what is your interest going forward?
So that is why that's why I need to figure it out which thing where exactly I can move it in cybersecurity, because it's such a huge space, right, in cyber. So I'm not sure. I mean that's the reason I have enrolled. I have joined this particular session to understand what exactly can suit my profile.
Definitely we'll address that. I mean, the last maybe 10 minutes we'll dedicate that and we'll be addressing those things. And I will address in a generic way, so that will be helpful for you. Okay, is that okay, Pramod? Okay, I'm not able to hear you anyway.
Hi, this is Sukesh, sir,
Yes, Sukesh, go ahead.
from Kerala. I have 15 years of experience in IT, and since last 6 years, I've been working with the cybersecurity. So that too technically is like a security operations center and vulnerability management. So in your opinion, what do you think the automation and artificial intelligence will impact in the GRC and the ISO? Technically, most of the areas would be artificial intelligence, and the security operations center SOC L1 and L2 might be removed in future, I think. So what is the future of this GRC and the CISM risk? Whether it will impact of this automation and artificial intelligence? What is your
Sukesh, if if I have to answer in one single sentence, I will tell you very simply. As long as human beings are controlling the machines, you will have information security alive, because machines won't make mistake. The humans will make mistake, and that is why the security is all about. So information security is not only the technical security. That is only maybe 25 to 30% of it. But what about the human beings which are supposed to follow certain things, and when they don't do that, that is where the problems arise. See, I don't want to get into that particular very, very embarrassing question to all of you, but I can, with conviction, I can say that at some point in time, every one of you might have shared your password. I don't want an answer from you because I know it will be embarrassing for you. That is the problem with the human mentality. And see, the issue of the information security is not with the machines. The machines will do the job. It's the people who either don't know how to do the job, or they don't care about it, or they are not taught about it. And the GRC is all about governance, risk management, and compliance. And the information security, the technical security comes into the part of the compliance, the two maybe in a minuscule level. Governance and risk management are the very, very important thing that will lead to the compliance, and that will really help you to, ensure that your information security is, properly in a proper place. So, to answer your question in a simple line, yes, whether artificial intelligence, whether machine learning, whatever the jargons that you call, let them come. One thing you should understand, whatever you may say, whatever the experts might say, machines cannot overtake the human beings. Because just to give a very simple analogy to that, Sukesh, you might be, assume that we both are sitting across each other and I'm talking to you. And we both are very good friends, and you have some difference of opinion with me. You may be smiling at me, and inside your heart, you may be cursing. It's possible. It's a human tendency. That that particular that the human mind can do multiple things at the same time, like different emotions, and outside you can have a different picture. Machines cannot do that. So that is where the AI and ML starts. Whatever you call it, AI, ML, blockchain, whatever technology you bring in together, as long as the human beings are the ones who are in control, information security is going to be there. So don't worry about it. Did I answer your question?
yes.
Very simple. So this is all about. So my question is actually different to everyone. Have anyone tried to look at the certifications, any of these certifications, and have you ever thought how difficult it is to pass? So my job here is to make you understand, all of you, is that, like, ladies and gentlemen, these are very good certifications, and definitely they are bit tricky examination, but at the same time, you should understand that they are all not difficult to pass. There is some method to madness in everything what we do. And that method to the madness, that method is what I'm going to teach you when I take my classes. And Colonel Subhajit ji actually introduced, when he introduced, he clearly said that, you know, I have a nearly 99% hit rate. A small correction. It's not that Subhajit sir is not, the sense that he's not correct. Only thing is that I would say that it's 99.5%. Very, very rarely my student fails. It's not that I've trained only 10 students or 15 students. I had 100 plus students, 1,000 plus students trained. So many of my students come back to me again, and I'll take many more certifications. So my job is to ensure that how you people understand the subject. And not only that, how do you understand how to approach the exam and go to the exam and pass it easily? That is the idea behind your entire webinar for the day as such. Demystifying, that is how to ensure that you understand the exams and how to easily pass. Okay, so now let me get into Now let us go into the contents of the today's webinar. And as I encourage all of you that whenever you want, whatever stage you want, you can unmute yourself and you can ask any questions to me. So don't hesitate. So Arya is asking a question, what should be the path for ISACA certificate? I'm a consultant and work mainly on the multiple project GRC, etc. So we'll address that. So what we'll do is that we'll try to keep this webinar from my side until around 7:35 or 7:40, and another 20 minutes. What we can do is that we'll take up all the questions. I think Sukesh, you also wanted to ask some question, right? I see you're raising your hand. Anyway, leave it. If it's not there, okay, no issue. Okay, now let us come to the agenda for the day. We are going to talk about the 3 certifications and mainly the examination, how the exams are conducted, and the course we are going to have a very high level. I'm not going to go deeper into the courses as such because that is not the idea for the classes today, or not to say the webinar today. And this is where we are going to concentrate more. What is the strategy that we should follow to pass these exams? And what is the advantage if you're going to take the class from Protecte and CISSP Academy? In fact, we are having a joint venture. It's not Protecte in CISSP Academy and CISSP Academy is Protecte. So there's no difference between us. I mean, me and the Colonel are very good friends, and I mean, we are going to offer you the whole program as a one integrated thing. So what is the advantage if you're going to take from us? So now let us get into the 3 examinations, CISA, CISM, and CRISC. See, I'm sure all of you would have heard about this particular terminology called the GRC. Can anyone tell me how this GRC is interrelated? Anyone?
Sir, all the processes and activities are interlinked with the GRC, sir. Without GRC, nothing is allowed, like with reference to the governance, compliance, and the risk management policy.
That's a good answer, Govind. The question here is that how they are interrelated? That what comes first? Anybody? So what comes first? Okay, so for
Governance.
Why should governance should come first to promote?
Because we need to before going. I mean, let's say if I give you the example of software, right? So before going live, right, we have to set some policies, right? So let's say if Facebook was live for the first time, right? They have to set some process, or procedure, or action, or policies, right? This way, so that there not be any third person who can just access that application, right? So that set of process they have to implement before going live, right? I mean, making anything live. So
okay, I will come to that later. That's a good answer. That's a good analogy you've given. So Govind would like to go have answer. Yes, Govind, go ahead.
Yeah, I think I've been blocked to speak. That's the reason I'm trying. Sorry for that.
Maybe no issues. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just trying to think like the compliance stands because of if you are able to meet the compliance, then you are able to do the governance, and later you can do the risk management. Because compliance, because say for example, one organization, if they have to run or start a business, like my colleague has said, Facebook. So if they have to start a company, definitely they need to first abide the laws and regulations within the local government. So
all of you,
in order to do that,
yeah, that's right. Govind, I understood what it is. In order to, to just save the time, I'm just cutting short here. Please don't think me otherwise. Very simple. Governance is all about knowing what you want to do. Say, for example, let us say, Govind, you are working somewhere and you get your salary every month, correct?
yes.
So, yeah. So when you get your salary, what is the first thing you are doing? See, right now the World Cup is going on in India, the Cricket World Cup. The ICC World Cup is going on, and you are a cricket fanatic, let me say that way, because most of us are cricket fanatics in India. And you would like to watch the entire movie, the IPL in a, let us say, 25 or 75-inch Samsung QLED TV that is costing you around, say, 3 lakh rupees. Assume that your salary is around 4 lakh rupees. So when you get your salary, are you going to just walk into the next the electronic shop or the supermarket and get a 3 lakh worth of a TV and going to fix it in your TV and go home and you're going to watch that? Will you do that? So most probably then definitely you're not going to do. So what is that? When you get your salary, what you're going to do? First and foremost, you're going to allocate the funds. That is, most importantly, you assume that you're taken a home loan. Then it is a EMI for the home loans. Then your children's education. Then assume that your parents are with you and their medical expenditure. So all the very important things, food, clothes, and shelter, and all the essential things that you want to do, you allocate the funds. And whatever remaining, you're going to save for the rainy days, correct? So when you did do this, what is that you're trying to do? Who are these people that I'm talking about? You as a Govind, as an individual, have your wife, your spouse. That is, she is a very important stakeholder. Your children, very important stakeholders. Your parents, very important stakeholders. Then again, your office, there's superiors, your subordinates. Everybody have become a stakeholder. So what you try to do, you understand what they expect from you and try to deliver that with the earnings that you have. That is called governance. Governance is all about understanding what your stakeholder wants as an organization, what the stakeholder wants, like a customer, suppliers, regulators, then investors, employees, everybody other stakeholders, what they want, and create an objective, that is try to get an objective that is of the profitability or the value that they can do and try to grow them. And once if you don't understand that, then you're going to have an issue over here. Okay, just 1 second. Yeah. Okay, if you're not able to unmute yourself, please raise your hand so that that you'll be unmuted. Okay, Pradesh would like to ask any question here. Go ahead, Pradesh.
Hi, Shin. Good evening. So, I just an introduction. I'm from a background of IT security of 12 years of experience, and I'm into risk management team. So my question is like, out of these 3 certification, so my question is like, see in job requirements, I could see all CISA, CISM, and CRISC as well as CISSP. So for almost every job related to IT security, they are preferring these certification. So what is the difference on this certification? Because I could see for any job profile, all the certifications.
I'm going to come to that. That is why, sorry to interrupt. That is why it is introduction about the governance.
Yeah, that is why my agenda is to know like which certification is preferred for
100%. So I'll give you the comprehensive listing. I'm not saying so. I'm not going to go directly into every area of thing, but I'm going to give it a higher level one. See, governance is that about understanding what you're setting the objectives. If you don't understand your customers properly, your suppliers properly, your investors properly, then your objective itself will be wrong. Then whatever activity you do will not be going to be helpful for you. So the first and foremost is the governance. That is exactly understanding what your stakeholders want. And second, once you understand what they want, then you should understand, you should put up a strategy in place to ensure that that particular objective is achieved. And the strategy has to be cascaded to every level within an organization, wherein everybody should comply with that. But whenever you convert the strategy into operational element, there will be risk. Every activity has a risk, not only the IT risk. We have a financial risk, we have a marketing risk, we have a legal risk, compliance risk, we have a human resources risk, we have a marketing risk. Multiple risks are there. They have to be managed. IT plays a vital role because all the processes are automated. So understanding what exactly the business wants and how the IT can provide a service to the business, and understanding what risk that has so that we can reduce the risk so the management can achieve the objective. That is technology support with a reduction in risk. That is the risk management. So without the governance, you cannot have risk management, because governance is all about knowing what you want. If you don't know what you want, that itself is risk. There's no other. We don't even have to go further level. So when you understand the level of risk that is required, please understand, ladies and gentlemen, you need to take a risk. Without taking the risk, you're not going to survive in this market, very competitive market. So the best thing is that I understand you need to have a very clear idea what is the level of risk your company can withstand. We call the risk appetite. Because if you don't know what is the level to which you can go, then it's going to be another risk itself. So having a clarity that also comes from the governor that this is the kind of a risk I'm going to take, then understand what is the current level of risk I'm facing, then understand the gap, And this gap, when it comes to IT, is the information technology risk management, wherein the strategy is the information security strategy. Very simple. Then, when you put up the processes in place like access controls, then logical access controls, physical controls, environmental controls, preventive, detective, corrective controls, with the help of technology, with the help of human beings, everything, we call it as the strategy or the information security program implementation. And ensuring that that is working properly is called the compliance. That includes legal regulatory compliance. So without the governance, you cannot have the risk management. Without the risk management, you cannot have the compliance. GRC is like that. So I'll give you a very high-level introduction about the CISA, CISM, and the CRC examinations. I mean, I'm not going to go into the deeper into the examination as such, but all the exams contain 150 multiple choice questions, and you have one body of the question and 4 answer choices. And please understand, ladies and gentlemen, that the entire subject, the sense like the exam, the questions are application oriented. When I say application oriented, it's about how you're going to apply the knowledge that you gain in the real life industry. So in the real life industry, please understand there's nothing called black and white. Most of them are in gray area. Some decisions are taken at a point in time. At that time, they may be good, but later, if you find that they may not be correct decision, but that worked at that point in time. That is how you should look at the questions. Application oriented for the kind of, let us say, the situation they actually put at you. You got 4 hours time. It's a very, very high time. It's easily pass the exam. So timing is absolutely not a constraint for you. So how the exams are scored and reported? As I told you, you have to answer 150 questions, and the raw scores are converted to some kind of a scale scores. For example, you're supposed to write 150 questions. Assume that you got 140 questions right. Please understand that if you don't answer a question or the question is answered wrongly, you don't get any grading. So, but there's no negative marking. So you can go ahead and answer it. Either it is not answered and wrong or answered and wrong. Better answered and wrong. So this means this number is converted to some kind of a graded score. The grading is between 200 and 800. Assume that you got 0 answer correct, you get 200 still. You got all 150 correct, you got 800. You get 800. So assume that you got 140 correct, you may be getting somewhere around 670 to 700 marks. ISACA requires you to get only 450 or more to pass the exam. So how the grading is done? It is a very highly kept secret in ISACA. So I usually joke to all my students that you please don't ask me or don't ask God also, because neither me nor God don't know how they do that. And all the exams are CBT, computer-based testing. You have to take up either you can take it at home or in the centers, exam centers. Exams are conducted by the agency called the PSI. Like they are also like our PSLV or Prometric, but they are different agency. They call PSI. They conduct this exam. And the online examination, once you finish the exam, once you submit the exam, the results will be flashing in that. That is the exam flash in the screen. So it will be something like this. For all my students, they only see this. Then how to get certified? Passing the exam is one thing. And I'm going a bit faster here for the sake of timing here. But if any one of you want to ask any questions, please raise your hand and raise your questions. So how to get certified? So pass the exam, submitted applications, conditions apply. Again, for all my students, whoever take classes with me or Protecte Academy, we will walk you through and our commitment will remain with you. So once you pass it, until you get certified, we'll hand over you. Personally, we'll sit with you and ensure that you are properly apply and get it certified. So don't worry about it, because the conditions are very different for different people, depending upon your qualification, experience, etc. I cannot put one single case and explain. Then you need to undertake to agree with the ISACA's code of conduct and finally comply with the ISACA's CPE policy. This is again, the CPE policy is also a bit complicated. As I told you, once you pass the exam, I will explain you how to comply with the CPE requirements, etc. So now let us go to the course content itself. I'm again just going through just the topics alone, rather the headings alone. And I'll come back to each one of them and explain why and what kind of a thing are they and how they comes into the GRC field. And that will also answer you what certification you should look at, whether CISA, CISM or CRISC. So to come to CISA, the Certified Information Systems Auditor, this particular examination contains 5 chapters or 5 domains. So the first one talks about the basics of the audit, because the question itself is an audit exam. You need to have a thorough understanding of the audit process. Then audit, that is all about the standards, ethics of an auditor, audit charters, engagement letters, the types of controls the auditor should be understanding, like a preventive, detective, corrective, how to plan an audit, how to create an audit plan, how to have the staffing done in the audit department, then how to do the risk-based audit planning, how to execute an audit, how to collect evidences, then how to review the evidences, what are the auditors' responsibilities when it comes to fraud, then also understanding the data analytics, that is how to use IT, that is computers in the auditing field, then how to write a report. All of them are covered in this first domain. So this teaches you the basics of the entire audit as such. And the second thing is the very important thing. I mean, important is everything is important, but second is very important, the governance and management of IT. So if you actually look at many organization IT department do not deliver the expected value, because not that they are not capable of doing that, just because they were not told what is expected from the management. As long as you know the management themselves don't know what they want from IT, you cannot expect IT to know. IT cannot read your mind. The business should tell the IT, hey IT, this is what you should deliver, and create a kind of a situation in such a way that like they can deliver it, like bringing in the proper people, technology, people, process, and technology, etc. So governance is all about making clear that what IT should deliver and set a process in place that the delivery happens and monitor the delivery. So without exactly knowing what your IT can deliver and what IT should deliver, you cannot proceed to the next step. That is the information system acquisition, development, implementation, wherein once you know exactly what IT should deliver to you, then go ahead and acquire the people, process, and technology. That is all that that is the assets that are required to deliver that particular IT capability. And the fourth domain is all about once you acquire them, then how to maintain them, how to operate them, how to service them, and how to protect them when it comes to DRC, DRP, BCP, etc., and including incident management. And the fifth domain is all about the information security, that is the protection of the information assets. Once you have them, once you service them, you know how to, you should also know how to protect them. And that is the very important thing. That is where the information security concept like a CIA, everything will be discussed there. So this is pretty much the very high level overview about the entire first domain. So coming to the question all of you will be asking, for whom this particular certification will be beneficial? To begin with, I will tell you, for anybody who want to take up the certification from ISACA, maybe you are into IT field right now, into IT security, you are into compliance, you are into SOC, you are into, let us say, some technical management, whatever it is, I would advise all of you take a CISA first. Why CISA first is because if at all you have to understand IT, you cannot look at the piecemeal basis. You should look IT in a holistic manner, both in the control, governance, and risk management side. And CISA is one certification wherein the entire gamut of GRC is covered under one umbrella. Not only IT looks at the IT security in the technical manner, it looks at the governance manner, risk management, and completely together you are going to have a 360-degree view of IT and how to audit that. Any IT auditor who is going to do an audit, you should have a comprehensive knowledge about all the activities involved. IT auditing, I've been an IT auditor for nearly 15 years. Believe me, it's not a joke. It's a very, very deep activity. You're supposed to know everything. So once you have this kind of a level of a certification, then the other certification becomes easy. That doesn't mean that CISA is difficult. I'm telling you, they are very easy. As I told you, my classes I'll be doing in such a way that like I will make the hard thing easy for you, making them in such a way that you can easily understand. So for all those people to begin with, I would recommend that you start with CISA. Then again, we'll discuss the specific later. Second certificate is CISM, that is Certified Information Security Manager. So many a times there have been many questions asked between the difference between the CISSP and again the CISM. And the name itself is very clear, the expansion. CISSP stands for Certified Information Security Systems Security Professional, CISSP. They are a security professional. Core involvement is in security profession as such. That is technicality. But the question here in the CISM is a very clear Certified Information Security Manager. When you manage a security, it goes well beyond your technical elements. Because, as I told you, IT security is not only about the technicality. The technical elements will be around 20 to 30%. The remaining are governance, risk management, and everything. So CISM that is why if you look at it is very clearly organized: governance, risk management, and third is a compliance. The GRC in one single element comes in this particular certification. First is the governance, second domain is the risk management, and third is the information security program, which is the one which on the ground level takes care of the compliance activity. And the fourth is all about the disaster recovery, business continuity, and again the question of ensuring that like if something happens, how to protect them. So if you look at the difference between the CISSP and CISM is that the CISSP is a purely or almost maximum technical certification, wherein in the case of a CISM, it is a purely a managerial certification. It's like an MBA for information security. If you'll all be surprised to know that CISM doesn't have any technical content in it, no technologies involved. It's all about how do you manage the people, how do you manage the business process owners, how do you manage the employees, how do you manage the suppliers, how do you manage them, understand the requirement and put in the process in place. This is a certification oriented for those people who would like to become a CISO, that is the Chief Information Security Officer in the future. That is understanding the nuances of the information security program and how to develop them. So this is about the CISM certification. And the third certification we are going to deal with is the CRISC. That is CRISC stands for Certified in Risk and Information System Control. So it's a as I said, it's a risk management certification, you can say that way. So it stands in the middle. So the governance is the first one, risk management is the second one, and the third one is the compliance. So here it stands in the middle. It's a purely risk management certification having again governance, then the risk assessment. The domain two and the domain 3 is nothing but the process of the information security management, risk management, risk identification, risk assessment, risk treatment, and risk and control monitoring and reporting. At the same time, as a risk practitioner, you should be having some knowledge about the technology and security. That is what we are going to cover in the fourth domain. If you actually look at, ladies and gentlemen, between the three certification, what I showed you here, what is the common element did you see? In all the three, there's one particular, let us say, topic or one particular field that repeated everywhere. What is that?
Risk management.
Sorry?
Risk management.
No. Very simple.
IT security and technology?
No. Now, let me go to the CISA certification. What is the domain 2?
Governance.
Governance and management of IT.
What is the second domain here? Sorry, what is the first domain?
Information security governance.
And governance. What is the first domain here?
Governance.
So, now you understand why governance is important? Because in fact, there's one more certification which you are not covering here. There's a very niche certification called the CGEIT. The certification is the governance certification. Certified in Governance of Enterprise IT. In fact, I'm also accredited trainer for it. But again, we are not covering here because that is a very special certification. Not many people take it. So if you look at all the four major certification, even when it comes to CDPSC, that is a Certified Data Privacy Secure Solutions Engineer, it starts with the governance. So governance is the forefront for everything. So when you look at, as I said, without having the governance, you cannot have the risk management. And without having the risk management, you cannot have the compliance. And without all three put together, we cannot have information security. So any of you would like to go through, to go through these things, then I would always advise that you start with the CISA, then you can branch into whether risk management or information security, etc. To answer your question, all of you, in the generic manner, you people maybe want to know what certification I will take, what certification is okay for you. There are two things that I will consider, I will answer to you. But number one is that, what is that you want to become? And second thing is that, what is your technology knowledge? And with that, whether that will decide which direction you should take. For example, you are into a high level of network security, or you are into, let us say, the managing the security apart, like you are a firewall administrator, you're a network security administrator, you're into hardcore security like SOC, so the security operating centers. into hands-on, then I would recommend you to go for CISM certification. If you are into security but not into technical security, only into like let us say access controls or maybe IDAM or any other things or governance or compliance, then I would recommend that you start with the CISA certification. Anybody would like to specifically get into risk management, go to CRISC certifications. So this is the very high level kind of a distinction I can make it for you. So now I will answer one by one all your questions. Now you can go ahead and say. Any of you have any questions, you can ask me now. I can answer that specifically regarding what certification you should take. I have some other slides over here, but I don't want to add it because that's how to pass the exam. You don't have to worry about it. I can clearly show you. I can clearly take you across. Once you join my classes, ladies and gentlemen, you can leave it to me. Nobody guarantees, but I will guarantee that we'll pass the exam. Don't worry. So passing the exams and all, we'll take it up later. But right now, I'll answer your question. What certification will be apt for you? So the floor is open. You can ask any question.
Hi, sir. Vivek this side.
Yes, Vivek, go ahead.
So basically, overall, I have 9+ years of experience in IT and 5.5 in information security. And currently, I'm working on cloud security and IM security both. So I'm still not sure what would be the right certification for me. But my future goal is to attend the CISSP certification. That's my future goal. But for now, actually, I'm a bit confused from where to start.
See, if your goal is to ultimately go for a CISP certification, then I would recommend that you start with the CISM. It will make that much easier for you.
Okay. Okay.
To be very clear, if your goal is CISSP, I will ask you to start with the CISM.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, much. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Anybody else?
So Pramod this side. Recently, right, I have just shared with my background, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. The IT from 12 years and currently working as a business analyst in data AI. And apart from that, right, I have also done an advanced certificate diploma course from IIT Roorkee. Yeah, it just got finished. Okay, where they have given
what that certification that
it was a 6-month program from IIT Roorkee with joint venture with Immaticus, wherein they have covered most of the topic of ethical hacking, vulnerability assessment, risk assessment, everything, and they have given the holistic picture of the entire cyber security, what kind of work that happened in cyber security, and in-depth knowledge. Okay, so coming from the BA background and my main expertise into QA, right? So what you can suggest me? Because if you ask me my programming skill, I cannot rate my programming skills on a higher note. But yes, if something can put in front of me, I can able to manage that thing.
How comfortable are you in managing security related thing? Like, for example, how technically capable are you when you look at any firewall or maybe let us say a demilitarized zone, or maybe let us say configuring an IDS or IPS or a SIEM tool, or maybe a VPN.
So I just have all the theoretical knowledge, sir, because post that exam, right, I have also cleared the CompTIA security plus examination based on the knowledge that I've received from. So everything is mostly on theoretical part.
Okay.
Nothing practical aspect.
Oh, nothing practical aspect. Okay. In that case, I would recommend you get into the GRC field to cover the field. We start with the
Just to
CISA.
start. Okay, got it.
Yeah, because if you are having technical expertise, like Vivek said, yes, a core security knowledge, then his idea is to pass the CISSP. That I would put into the CISM category.
So you are, so should I go for CISA or CIRSC?
No, CISA you should go first.
CISA. Okay, auditing part.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, understood, sir. Thank you.
Sir, Sukesh again here. Actually, as I said, I have 15 years in experience in IT. So right now I'm in a security operations center already. So what I'm looking for is that after 1 year, I'm looking forward to start my own company in the cybersecurity field, which is relevant to the GRC and all. So what do you suggestion? Do I need to take all these certifications, or do I want to stick any one of the certification to start my own company, or what is your
okay? So okay, to answer you bluntly, the world believes when you show the paper. So now just to, I mean, I know that, I mean, it's a very silly question to the silly discussion here, but when Mr. Colonel Subhajit introduced me, he put all the, I mean, you look at all the certification I've gained. So you already have a kind of a, okay, let us say, comfort level. Okay, this guy has done so much things, so he can add me value to that. I mean, a person like me who has studied everything without even have certification, also I can offer the value. But would you believe that? Most probably not. I mean, I'm not saying this is a human tendency. When you show the certification, people believe. When you don't show the certification, they don't think you are able to do that. So if your idea is to open a business, I will tell you, you try to do all the certification under there. Because honestly, if you show the certification, you still get more business, correct? Than not having a certification. You're getting my point, Sukesh.
Yeah.
So better if your idea is to start a business, I would say one by one start acquiring the. They say because you don't know what kind of a business you'll get. At that time they say you don't have the certification, so we cannot about the business. You show the certification. You're getting my point. Okay. Anybody else?
Yes.
Anybody else would like to ask any questions?
So this is Balaji.
Yes, Balaji.
Having 17 plus years of experience in IT and application support.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So currently I take care of infrastructure and application support and geospatial views in an organization. Okay,
so when you say take care, what exactly you take care?
So for taking care of internal audits and going for an external certification only on the QMS portion, ISO 9001 2015.
Okay.
Basic external audits, and in the last couple of years, in addition to the current role, I'm taking care of all quality related activities for the SOC project, security operations, center project. So just wanted to know whether will it be okay if I go with CISA and then CISM, or do we need to?
I don't think. Yeah, you can go with CISA first, no problem. There's no need for you to go to CISM because, as I told you, if your ultimate aim is to become a CISO, that is a Chief Information Security Officer, then CISM makes sense for you. If you're not going to go to that route, CISM is not necessary.
Okay.
So you can do CISA and CRISC, and you can look at some other certificate like a privacy, etc.
Okay.
That will be better into compliance area.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
So any other questions?
Parish again. As I said earlier, I'm from risk management background. So which certification would you suggest me, like CISA or CRISC?
That is, you want to go to risk management, right?
No, I'm in risk management.
You are the risk management. Okay. So what you would like to become? What's your goal? See, you may be a risk manager right now. Then you may be able to get into an audit later, and that will also give a very good career path for you. So right now, I would recommend that if you want the risk management, you can go for CRISA right now. Then later you can look at CISA because you want to migrate into some kind of a high level overall compliance.
Okay.
Because compliance can be both internal and external, and being a CISA will also be able to provide you external kind of a consultancy also. But that is, I'm just keeping your future in mind.
Okay. So is it also like straight away also we can do CISA, right? CISA.
There is no prerequisite for passing any examination. Say, I mean, even to get certified, you don't have to do CISA first, CISA first, CRAC first, CGIT first. Any exam can be taken any time, and you can get certified. So there's no such there's a linkages between them.
Okay, there is no hierarchy. Like
there's no hierarchy. Definitely no hierarchy.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, any other questions? Please be free. Don't hesitate. I mean, I can, as much as possible, I can clarify things for you.
Hello, hi, Srinivasan sir. This is Irfan here. I'm working for a concern as a security consultant, and me and my colleague, we have a doubt whether we have to take the CISSP certification first or the CISM certification first. Actually, we deal with consulting with the application development team, and we are working with other stakeholders like the certification testing team as well as the compliance team. So we have a doubt whether we have to do CISM first or CISP first.
So the question is that when you do the support, the two things comes out of here, Mohammed Irfan. Number one is that like this certification is about, is it the requirement that in your company that you should do first any one of them, or the question is that you're taking the certification for your further development or future growth. There are two kind of people come to me. They say that, sir, I want to pass this because my company has put a deadline that I should pass the exam in 3 months. So help me out. That's okay. That is your objective is very clear. Some people say that, sir, I would like to go to this path, I take this path, and I would like to go step by step. So what steps do you suggest? So if that is the question, for example, your current job requires that you should acquire any one of the certification, and I would say easiest to get is CISM. Then getting the CISM helps you to understand at least around 50 to 60 to 70% of the CISSP. So when you go to CISSP, the concepts are already clear. It will not be that difficult to pass CISSP exam. Of course, Subhajit sir is there and he will make it very easy for you. And he's an excellent trainer. And he only talked about me, that I did not talk about it as not a right thing to do. He's one of the best trainers I've ever encountered when it comes to CISSP. So he will tell you that. But if you want to take an easy path, a simple path, I will say CISM first. That will give you a very good pedestal for you to go to CISSP.
Understand, sir. So actually, I was unable to mute when you asked the question. So it is not a requirement from our organization. It is our own personal interest to achieve our career growth. So we thought that whether we go for CISM or CISP.
Then better you go with the CISM first, then you can take the CISSP later, second. It will help you.
Okay. Thank you.
That's great. And anybody else? So, ladies and gentlemen, anyone would like to ask any further questions? Okay, if you don't have any other questions, just from my side, okay. I just want to show you certain things that what I can do it for you people. I'll just go to the end here. I just want to show some of the products of our classes. Like, for example, you can see there's a person called Sankar Chakrabarti who is trained by me, and he scored 715 out of 800. And I believe, and I'm sure that he will go to be the world topper when they come to CISM in this particular year. And this person, the Sapna Hebri, you are seeing in the middle, you can see very clearly that she is a CISA topper for the year 2022. And she used, the last couple of months before she went to US, all the expenses paid by ISACA to collect award from the US headquarters. And not only that, like the mark she scored is 712. And this year, just the three persons, Apeksha, then again, who is that person? Okay, I think I put only one person over here, so that is not very important. There are two more people who have scored extra more marks than these people. Apeksha scored 721, and there's a person called Asif, and he scored 730 in CISA. And I'm 100% sure they'll be the world toppers. So, what point I'm trying to make here is that, ladies and gentlemen, when you come to Protecte and SSP Academy, it's not that we are going to ensure that you're passing the exam, but we are going to set the scales high. Who knows? There are 20 people present here, and one of them could be the world topper in any of the certification. So this is what we are looking at. So when we give the education, it's not only that like we are giving the thing that is like we just teach you. We are going to give an end to end the service right from the beginning. Once you join the class of hand holding in understanding the subject, helping you to pass in the passing the exam, helping you the certification, along the way giving you the knowledge, and at the same time putting such a confidence in you that you are going to get these kind of scores or beat the score. So just wanted to show you that, like, see, when we talk about something, when we talk about the quality, we set the benchmark very, very high. So we can very clearly say that from the 2022 and 2023, the toppers in CIS and CISM are going to be from our stables only. So this is the kind of a quality that we are offering you. So you can take, you can take your call. See, if you don't have any other question, then, I can leave the podium back to Colonel Subhajit. So any other questions, ladies and gentlemen, if you can ask, otherwise, Colonel Subhajit ji, you can take over.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your informative, approach to the CRISC and the CISA and the CISM stack. I had there are a few queries which Arya had asked. Arya, I feel for you, CISA is one of the best certifications since you are in GRC already. So that was a question which went unanswered. So I thought I'll just answer that question.
Yes, I did not see that.
Yeah. So I answered that. So I guess since he is into GRC, so I thought that that would be the best certification for them.
GRC is the best, yeah.
Yeah. So there were a lot of questions for CISSP, CISM, CISA. So yes, there is, when you see a requirement in the job, you see that CISA, CISM, CRISC, CISSP. But to be frank, the hiring managers or the HRs are actually clueless about, what role should they be offering for which certification. That is because the HRs don't have that knowledge. It's still a growing field in Middle East, in India, in Southeast, I'll say. US more or less is matured. But if you look at the growing economies of the world, India, Middle East, Southeast, the HRs actually don't know what is the, what is the certification they should be putting in the job description. That is one thing I would like to say. CISA suits good for anyone who is in the GRC or who's aspiring to go into GRC. CISM, sir has told you, for mid-level managers who are looking at 9-10 years of and want to manage teams under them. And finally, CRISC is definitely a very. I somehow am a fan of CRISC. I would love to get CRISC. I've studied the CRISC books. I've not given the exam till now. But CRISC is a very beautiful certification for risk managers. The information security risk manager. It's a beautiful certification. It's an underdog, to be frank. It's a very good certification to have, right? So thanks everyone for attending. And I can see one more message. Yeah. So these are we have given you the links for all the certification which are there on our platform. We've got a beautiful platform. Sir takes care of. I can personally vouch. I've seen students, praising him like anything. He's not a very, very public figure, but I know him that he is one of the best trainers for the CISA stack, right? If you compare to any other learning platforms, we offer education at one of the most affordable pricing with the highest quality, with the kind of experience between me, Srini sir, and other instructors we have. Ajit is there coming to us. So we have a very, very good set of instructors who are very, very learned and experienced. I also run the CISSP sessions. I only take weekend sessions because I, like Sukesh, you want to come into the security consulting field and want to have your own company, I can vouch for it that you should have the CISA, CISM, and the CISSP stack. That puts a stamp because cert in, there's a minimum requirement of having 5 people on your company's board who are CISSP, CISA, CEH, CISM certified. So if you have them yourself, it makes your proposition better, because if you want to get into the audit field, the GRC field, and want to deal with the BFSI sector or with the more, I will say, regulated entities, BFSI, insurance sector, then the defense sector, where the regulations are very high, you need to get a certain certification, and for getting a certain certification, you need to have minimum 5 members on your board who are CISA, CRISC, CISM, CISSP qualified, and CEH is also in that qualification list. Just to give you a heads up, since you are planning to do what we are already doing, right? So thank you, sir. Thank you for such an informative webinar. We didn't have much time because the courses of sir is starting on, I think, 28th, and we didn't have much time. So we covered all the 3 certifications in one go. Otherwise, generally, we take independent webinars for each certification. Other than this, we have a lot of community learning on our platforms, and we have a lot of content which comes up. All these certifications can be done on self-study, but the amount of time it takes to prepare for each certification, if you go for self-study, I'll take it that the motivation lacks once you are there in a job and want to achieve those certifications on your own. So there you need someone to push you from the back, and that is where we come in and provide you that push. Okay, thank you all of you for attending this webinar. You can get in touch with us. Ghazal is there with us. She heads the entire training faculty, and we provide all the support as far as material is concerned, and the entire we are a one-stack solution. You don't have to go anywhere else for passing this exam. It's not that we are boasting ourselves, but I have 100% passing rate in CISSP, which nobody can boast of. I can boast of that because till now, all my students who have booked the exam have passed the exam. You can go to LinkedIn and check out their profiles who have tagged me in their passing things. I don't conduct trainings to make you pass the exam. I focus more on giving you the experience set which I have in my backend to go with you, so that you can apply that in your roles and in your careers. You can get in touch with these are all contact details. You can get in touch with us, visit our website, and we have LMS also on which we have all the necessary materials which are there available. Thank you, and be in touch. There's no compulsion for you to join the course, but definitely we would love that you are there on our platform, interacting with us, sharing knowledge. I'll tell you, cybersecurity and information security, a lot of work has to be on community basis because there's so much to explore, so much to learn. I cannot say that I know everything. It's been 23, 24 years, but I won't say that I know everything. It's evolving on a daily basis. Suddenly AI comes in, the complete paradigm changes. Quantum is on the horizon. So it's a ever-evolving field, and we have to learn from each other to keep our organizations and our businesses safe. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for participating in this. Be in touch. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel sir, and thank you, everyone. And thank you so much, Colonel sir, and thank you all the participants here. And all the best for your careers and your education. Thank you.
Thank you.